Join the Classic Game Room community to get your questions answered on Thursday CGR Q&A. The following review has been approved by Lord Carnage and the best of Classic Game Room. Welcome to Classic Game Room. The name of the game isn't important. What is that you battle Mr. Cookie with lasers and a cigarette hanging out of your mouth. It's the Japanese version of Cyraid. Warrior, help me! Oh, alright, fine. It's the Japanese version of Cyraid, which features some oddly familiar music. Gosh, that sounds an awful lot like the Indiana Jones theme. Nope, it's BAKURETSU Senshii Warrior, which I'm sure I mispronounced. It's easier to just say it's the Japanese version of Cyraid on the Game Boy, where your chain-smoking Japanese warrior has to rid the screen of the E-blocks while avoiding Mr. Cookie. I think. Truth be told, it took me a while to figure out how to play this game because I'm slow. Also, it's extremely challenging, but I think it's really fun. It's a good puzzle game, and puzzle games are the games that really worked the best on the original Game Boy. So you need to collect all the E's before Mr. Cookie eats you. But the ladders are fragmented. Don't give up or smash your Game Boy against the wall. Kick the ladders into position. They automatically locked together somehow using magic, maybe. After the ladders are assembled, you can climb places, and there's blocks you can push out of the way or kick out of the way, and enemies to avoid and crush with blocks and things and score points. I have no idea what the hell's going on in this game, except I do like it. But I love the packaging artwork. Look at that. It seems to have little to do with the game, except it has Mr. Chain-smoking, dual-wielding, laser machine gun-firing, mullet-sporting, sunglass-wearing awesome dude from Japan. I'm gonna be that guy for the next Halloween. It's the Mr. Cookie theme, which is like the Imperial March. When that guy walks on screen, he refreshes a number of the blocks that you've previously smashed. And that means don't stand where a block once was, or it'll be like somebody teleporting a refrigerator inside of you. Which is a very disturbing image. I'm sorry I mentioned it. But what is the fridge full of? Like lunch meat? I haven't figured this part out. In some levels you can jump, in others you can't. Maybe there's something that makes you jump. I don't know. It's a puzzle game, so after a number of tries you'll figure out how to get through each level, and there's different ways to score points, but I ended up just getting stuck without hope on a few of them. Like most of the puzzle games on the Game Boy, this has relatively little motion, so it looks good on the small screen, as well as the big screen. Just don't play it too loud, or else if John Williams is walking by, he'll walk into the room and slap you. Then maybe join you for a two-player game. That's all wrong, Mark. That's very bad. Not the right way to do this. There seems to be one way to get through each level, and you gotta figure that out. Except I still have no idea why in some levels I can jump and others I can't. I might suggest, if you think this looks good, to buy the Western version called Cyraid, which has inferior packaging art but an English instruction manual. Unless you read Japanese, in which case definitely get this version. What this guy needs is the Bionic Commando arm. Interesting game. Be forewarned, it can be super frustrating. I have not seen the Western version of the game, nor could I find any good walkthroughs. But there is a password system where you enter various heavy metal bands, maybe. You know, Cyraid sounds like it should be a heavy metal band, opening for Truxton. I won't give it away though until the end. So I've got a Classic Game Room shout out and thank you to send all the way to Felicity from Worcestershire, England. Thank you, Felicity, for sending Cyraid with the chain-smoking mullet guy on the front. Is he the fighter or the warrior? Because if anything, he looks more like a role model to me. BAKURETSU SENSHI Cyraid. for the Game Boy. Actually, if we watch the ending here, I think it's the final scene from Logan's Run. I'm free! Wait, no, this sucks! Put me back in! The Best of Classic Game Room is now on DVD, Blu-ray, and Hyper Laser Vision album set. I wanna ride the carousel!